Bandana sweet, everywhere you go.
Nije namara mwamurungi oriyo narondeje unungi yo kupangisa hotel unungi yo kuraramu reka kubonabona tambura no murembe za Pandora Swift Booking app oreba amaju na hotel nyamurungi omwanya gono goro kwenda kandi ujuke ngo booking anitwe no sharwa kwa kabeyi na ni Mbarara road abina amaju go kupangisa na za apartment za Pandora Swift ozitekeho nuko wapangisa bagume barakuke kuzireba kandi wene nabwe ne kuyamba kuteka mwe bapangisa bawe bona bakabana ho bagumana bakushashurira utagire kuteganasibwa na ni wo mpangisa haba hinejo yo kupangisa kuri nogiteka ha page riro kugenda kuterera ni wotunga kasente wamara kubukinga hoteli yo kuraramu room yawe nogishanga werwe kutegerize ni mubakama ba hoteli muhandikise hoteli zanyu aha page nuko cyangwira ba customers okuzireba juba downloading page ningo za www.pandoraswift.com ningo teresi mwe yazuro mshanzu 00 ashatu na mukaga nkaga na mshanju anani ibiri Pandora Swift Booking app ohereze bwangu hize.
My name is Isaac Aibaziwe and I represent the applicants in this matter. The applicants are Byanyima C. Edith, Dumba Julius, and Kanyaka Soze. So, the applicants came to court to challenge the process that led to the election that everyone saw that had a lot of issues. The election of the National Executive Committee of the Democratic Party. And they ran to court as concerned members of the party to ensure that the party is run in a manner that is consistent with the democratic principles of the country. So when he came to court today, being the first time the matter was coming up, counsel for the respondents raised a point of law. He said he had points of law to raise. The judge stood the matter over until 2 p.m. to allow him to raise his points of law so that I should respond on behalf of the applicants. He raised 5 points of law. One is that the applicants have no sufficient and direct interest in the matter, and we responded and told court that the applicants are members of the party and therefore they have sufficient interest in how the party is run. Secondly, they raised the point that limitation of time catches up with the application, and this being an application for judicial review, we are only allowed to challenge decisions that are within 3 months period, and the argument was that we can only challenge decisions that happened after 16th April 2025. And we told the court that limitation does not happen in a vacuum. The applicants are not members of the DP-NEC. They only became aware after they were gazetted on 25th April. So they are within time. So 25th April, they gazetted decisions that happened in 2020. The law says the gazette has to happen within 21 days of the decision, because the Political Parties and Organizations Act says if you've made a decision, communicate the same to the EC gazettes it within 21 days after it has been made. The EC received this communication and never gazetted it, or whether they never took it there until of recent. One thing we are sure about is that they gazetted the proposed amendments. So that was the second issue. We are waiting to see what court will decide on that. But the applicants are only members who are presumed to know these things after they have been gazetted. Those that attended the National Delegates Conference in Gulu in 2020 had first-hand information. And for the applicants, being non-members of the National Executive Committee for the Democratic Party, they only got to know after they were gazetted. So that was the second one. We hope to get justice on that too. The third one was that the applicants did not exhaust internal remedies before they applied for judicial review. The applicants have indeed done that, but the respondents, that is the DP, Honorable Siranda, are people that do not receive documents. As lawyers, we have also tried to serve them. They don't sign receipt because they thrive on technicalities. So that was raised, but these communications were indeed made. Unfortunately for them, what they forget is that this application spans a long period of time. Even if you say the applicants didn't exhaust remedies after the sham election, but how can a sham election stand on a challenged delegate list? So if the delegates lists were challenged and it's these delegates that are electing, so the election itself has a problem. But that was their second argument, and we responded to that effect. I think that was our third argument, I believe. The fourth argument was to do with the EC. The respondents were arguing, that is the DP officials, they were arguing that that the applicants have no cause of action against EC. And we are saying, just like the Commissioner of Land Registration is not a suable entity, is a suable entity, but not a party that you can seek damages from because you have to sue the Attorney General instead. Here, the EC is sued as the supervisor of political parties' activities. Now, and we told the court that by virtue of Section 22, the duty to comply with the Political Parties and Organizations Act is vested with the EC. That is the only institution that has the duty to ensure compliance. So we told the court that the EC is a party because all orders that are going to be made by court are going to be complied with in a way under the EC's guidance and supervision. That was the fourth. Yes, these people were served. Each of them was served, but they hide because if you look at the notice of instructions by Semuyaba and company advocates, they show that it was instructed to defend the Secretary General and the Democratic Party. But what did they do? They filed only an affidavit in reply for the Secretary General and didn't file one for DP. And they are in court claiming that DP was not served. Now, how else should we serve DP? Should we throw documents at the party offices? They were served by a court process server. If the Secretary General got information, how come that DP did not? It's an absurd argument, but that was made, and we believe court will look through these lies because
Ogna Bishop Nasani Ibrahim Triamari Bakani coordinator wa Mbarara Unity Crusade nkwata nasinabashabara hange nkwata nga umurembo rwa Mbarara ninjira hati bwa Yezre omwana yachiro muri minji Crusade yachiro muri Boma Grounds izuka omanye kandi ejin season yawe Kristo kutayayira iyo na family yawe n'abantu bona bari kureba ni itabasha baruhanga mwena omubitinsa byanyu amadini gono mu kisazona ngo 2011 mpaka 2012 dawo tuya guboma ground echimwa chimanyire kunga wachamanye ngo kasike2 ne 2010 between kandi cha kabiri fireworks twine emizano telemwe nemwe techonka twine munangwa wachamanyire naza kwa rono kugashura riyo na za muchomo 2010 turi kutestinga kwa yaneza kuba ziriyaho ba ashana bakwa bariyaho na katenti zamaze kwemera ekitu cyamaze ubayo 2010 turi kwetekatekera evero 11 rwakana fireworks niza kuterwa mbaregiyo na manyengo crusade ya bamaground bajigura butongo no chimaya chimwe ngo gendo kiro kunga noru no kubura Kristo omwo wafira kazoka mbafu ebi byanje ne byawo kusasirwa kandi no kujona no kwata magara gabinje techo chonka tukwine nebirabo arimo piki arimo mfariso arimo mizindaro smartphones nangwa nempiha twende kanisa egarure abantu abatona bahayo kamuhiriyo sente makaniso makrezia mizigiti mwize na Kristo.
Democratic Party today is not the same as the Democratic Party that I joined many years ago. The Democratic Party that I joined many years ago was a party of very respectable people. If you respected yourself, you were a member of DP. We stood for truth and justice. We practiced it in almost every single aspect of our lives, and we criticized those who did not. Our difference, the difference between the Democratic Party and other parties was about integrity. Today, it is very sad that we are taking our leaders to court for lack of integrity, for cheating, for lying. It is really a sad situation, but we have to do this in order to bring back the Democratic Party to be respected and to bring it back to where it belongs. It belongs to the people, the members in their villages and in their homes. Today, the Democratic Party, as you can see, is just a bunch of them at the headquarters. Today in court, the so-called vice president of the Western region came with 3 or 4 brothers. One is a chairman in Isinjiro, another one is a chairman in Chiruhura, another one, a family representing many districts when they come from just one small village in Isinjiro. That is how low the caliber of a democratic leader in this leadership has sunk. So we are basically here to do whatever it takes to bring matters to court and prove to court that these leaders grabbed the party, elected themselves, and denied the people, the members of the Democratic Party, a chance to choose their leaders and the destiny of the party. That there's so many young people in this region who are ready to come forward and join a party that has been so downtrodden, a party that has been hijacked and made to sign some even agreements called cooperation agreements with the ruling party, which we are contesting with, which we are opposed to, which violates human rights, which cannot address corruption, which is ridden with all those things that we see here on in the media. You report them every day. They steal, they cheat, they molest women. I mean, that's not DP. How can we be in agreement with such people? How can we cooperate with such people? We are supposed to be checking them. We are not supposed to be sitting with them in cabinet. And those are some of the things we are bringing to court about the illegalities that the leadership is involved in and bringing shame to our party. They were saying there's elections, there's a delegates conference on such and such a date, but they would not tell us who the candidates were. They would not tell us who the electorate, the delegates were going to be. So the candidates or whoever was interested in vying for a position did not even know who was going to be the voter. They were just going blindly to a delegates conference. They arrive at the delegates conference only to find that even those who had paid money to obtain permission to stand for elections were not on the list. They were being told that they can't stand for one reason or another, or you forgot to sign, somebody forgot to sign for you, or your application was not signed for. And yet our constitution had made it so clear that all elections were to be, all nominations and all elections were to be on the floor of the delegates conference. It did not give anybody permission to start seeking out candidates and reviewing their applications. That is not in our DP constitution. They've smuggled in another constitution, which we have never read. I wrote to them and said, please, can we look at this new so-called constitution before we go for the delegates conference? They never responded. So people were going to an election without a constitution, without a delegates list, without they had nothing. This was not an election. It was a sham to bring themselves back into office. And we are here to say that is not DP. We do not.
Alright, thank you so much mnyana nyakwise na ndeba no kuri chamani ninye akatura Nelson kandi nakwetera amakuru marungi amakuru agampaha nega app iba kweta Pandora Swift. Pandora Swift eji mpaha noje no musimu yawe ozo Play Store oji downloadinga kandi yo mnyana wanje uri okwempaho ori download oyina majugawe abantu tubari kugamanya downloadinga app eji mpaha buzimazima oteke ebishani byamajuga mpaha narishi oyine hotel tuba kujimanya da kwate bishani bya hotel narishi byamajugawe obiteke app eji mpaha ya Pandora Swift. Na niyo mnyana wanje uri kwempaho ori broker kandi no yenda amajuba gamanyi telebishani byamajuga mpaho go kwisino pangisa yakwisino oranga kandi ugateke app eji mpaha ko kubikwata wabiteka ebishani bimpa wabiteka Pandora Swift yo mnyana wanje wabiteka yo nofuna commission. So mnyana wanje tinko no uri kwempaho oje ngunidondenju nga tinkugireba ni nda hotel tinkugireba kandi Pandora Swift eruho okurangu yakuheraho buzimazima murembe gumpaha ogwa internet abantu beyambise internet kurangu baganyirwamo so otakasigara nyuma ronda Pandora Swift mnyana wanje ori landlord mnyana wanje ori broker narishi umuntu wabutosha ni unosa kwate chishani ochikwate ochiteke ari Pandora Swift kandi nyoku nkukireba yuwe wachitekayo ofuna commission. So Pandora Swift eri hano abwawe kurangu yakusiye obuhereza obutari bumwe na bumwe jesige oje kwate ecyamazima tokwija kweyizusya
Oriyo norondeje umungi yo kupangisa hotel umungi yo kuraramu reka kubona tambura no murembe zahar Pandora Swift booking app oreba maju na hotel nyamurungi omwanya gono gor kwenda kandi ujuke ngo booking anitwe no sharwa hwa kabeyi na ni Nobert Road abina maju go kupangisa na za apartment zahar Pandora Swift ozitekeho nuko wapangisa bagume barakuke kuzireba downloading app page ningo zahar www.pandoraswift.com ningo teresmo ya 0 ashatu na mukaga nkaga na mshanju anani ibiri Pandora Swift booking app ohereze bwangu hize
Kamyaka Suzi, and I've been a DP member for over 20 years. I've served on the DP executive for so many years. Today I was very stunned. I was surprised when I reached court and one of the affidavits that Mr. Seranda Swan was like, Kamyaka Sozi is not a member. I was like, Jesus Christ, what's this? There are some people, Mr. Seranda and Mr. Mutenyo, who are one of the respondents. They received my money, over 1 million, 1.5 million, because I wanted to contest as the National Organizing Secretary. They didn't get back to me. They disenfranchised me from the list, from the candidates list. They didn't give me any reason as to why I'm not on the list of the candidates. Here we are, they come to court and tell court that I'm not a member of the DP. I have the DP membership card. Since 1990s, I was recruited by Honorable the late Samuel Kennedy, way back when I was still a student in the United States of America. I have a DP card for Honorable the late Sebala. I have a DP card for Honorable Nobert Mao, year one, the first term, for the second term. How can you tell me that I'm not a member? But anyway, these are some of the tricks Mr. Mao and his team have used to frustrate many DP members, to the point that we have got into the leadership crisis right now in DP. Mao frustrated Lukwago, frustrated Segona, in the same way frustrated Mwanga Chivumbi, Namboze, and recently he frustrated Lulumi Baiga. So he now wants to frustrate me by claiming that I'm not a member of the Democratic Party. That's very sad. But we are going to go ahead and challenge his illegal leadership. Mao and his team, they're not fit. We have all the grounds. We have presented all the grounds before the judge, asking him, seeking the court to quash the amendments, the fake amendments he made in Gulu 20 years back. Try to curtail, to ring fence him and Seranda by throwing away everyone who wants to get to the leadership positions. We went to court, seeking court to prohibit, actually seeking court to compel them, to compel DP, not Nobert Mao, to compel DP. You see, DP has organs. It has a national executive organ, it has a national council organ. The national council organ can equally organize fresh elections. So we are seeking court to compel DP, the DP's national organ, national council organ, to conduct fresh election, and so many other prayers we have made to court. So we have been given a date, the official date of the 8th, together with the council, the leader Tony. We'll be back in Mbarara, and we shall present ourselves to court. We know Mao and his team, they are illegal in the DP office, and they are not fit to be leaders because they work with Mr. Museveni and his NRM government. Nze gwe mulaba wano nesimba weggulu. Era ne bankola ebintu byebimu bye bankola Mbarara. Naye kyensobola okukakasa eggwanga ne bammemba bonna across the country. Ebyo ebiteekateeka bye bajingajinga ne babireeta nti no babikoze byava mu bammemba badeegesa abali eggulu tebiriiyo. Ebiteeka bye babikola okwongera okusiba olukomera mu bukulembeze bwabwe n'okuggalira abantu bonna abaagala okusembera mu bukulembeze bwa Democratic Party. Bayita ekiteeka ne bagamba nti ensonga zonna ez'ensimbi zigenda kumalibwanga mu office ya Secretary General. Can you imagine that? Kisoboka. Nga constitution ya DP eteekawo provision ya Treasury. Kane Treasury nyimba taso musindikirize ebweru basaba okubba ssente z'ekibiina nga bwe baagala. Balese ekibiina ebiteekateeka nti no tuligendanga mu kooti, toli kuba ndulu zonna mu kooti nga tomaze kujja mu kakiiko kaffe ka tribunal nga tutudde ne tusalawo oba oli mutuufu oba oli mukyamu. Baganyire principle esooka eya human rights omuntu okuddukira mu kooti z'amateeka baga nti bo be bakoze kooti zaabwe wali kubali ntuma. Buli muntu yonna gwe batakkiriziganya naye agende mu kooti yeeyo bamusala omutwe. Bamaze ebbanga ddene nga bafrustratinga nzedo bagambe mu kooti nti nno Kamya Kasozi si memba wa kibiina naye mbadde memba wa kibiina okumala emyaka egisukka mu 20. Nafuna kadi ya DP esooka nga nkyali muyizi mu America mu G9 era mwami omugenzi Semwogere yagimpandiikira. Nina kadi y'omugenzi Sebaana, nina kadi ya mwami Mao ekisanja ekyasooka n'ekyokubiri. Ku luno bagamba nti kadi tebannazifulumya. Kadi bakukutanazo baziwaako abo bokka be bakkiriza nti babakkirizaamu. Bwe bagenda mu district nga bamanya nti babakkirizaamu tebagaba kadi. Era mpigi yonna nze ndi mukulembeze wa Mawokota North Constituency. Mu mpigi yonna ne mu district ezisinga obungi mu Uganda tebali alina kadi ya DP ya mwaka guno. Naye abo bokka babakkirizaamu bakukutana ne baziba wansi mu bitanda okusoba okujja mu kooti. Bafrustratinga abantu. Bafrustratinga Lukwago. Bafrustratinga Namboze. Bafrustratinga Segona. Bafrustratinga Mwanga Kivumbi. Joli abalamu wano bafrustratinga Lulume. Abantu ekibira gwati batunulidde nga abakulembeze abenkya mu Democratic Party. mwami Mao abagobye abasindikiriza asobole okwewaŋŋamya mu buyinza n'okunyigiriza ekibiina. Nze ndayira tagenda kunfrustrating asigenda kuva mu kibiina ekyo. Ngenda kugenda mu maaso nkubira omulanga bammemba ba DP monna gye muli mu ggwanga lyonna nti DP twafunye hashtag ya rescue DP. Tuze mu maaso g'omulamuzi nga tumugamba twagala bwenkanya, we want justice. Olunaku olwaleero tutandise olugendo olw'okuzza ekibiina engulu. Mwami Mao ne banne abo ba dealers abalya mu kibiina njagala bakakasa nti DP tebanja Mao. Mao tabanja DP rather. Mao talina kyabanja DP. DP ebanja Mao. Kubanga DP ekolede mwami Mao byonna byonna n'okumutusa ku ntebe okutwala mwami Museveni eyo gyali kati. Bonna abali Siranda. Abamu tumanyi Siranda bwe yajja mu DP. Era olw'ekisa kya DP n'obukamu bw'abamemba Siranda yandibadde mukulembeze wa DP ku level eyo gyaliko. Siranda talina kyabanja DP. Agireka atambula agende mu NRM. Kubanga Siranda yali wa UPC emyaka 8 emabega. Nze naliwo Mbale Siranda nga akabuluka abavuka akamukuye 2011 lweyingira mu DP. Kati ali awo anyigiriza buli muntu yenna asembera ku DP omukulembeze yandibaze okuvaayo amunyigirize ebweru asobole okusigala mu DP agiguluguse agitwala wa mwami Museveni. Tugamba tujja kikkiriza ekintu ekyo.
Odga muri Mbarara ninga noteeka kwijo muri Mbarara. Aba link suits beno buraro bw'amaani munonga kandi benene bitanda birungi. Tibakakoma buraro benene bala nungi. Bozirime cyo kumya kya buli muringo bene na hotelo halimu emere y'ekiraguju nangwa n'ekijungu kandi orende emere yo kutwara waba ba link suits nacho barakikora echo mujungu ari kweta ngo ni take away. Bene na sauna na steam ogesolo na massage basa kubura bayikira kugira ngo akobohereze obwe. Parking yabo ne yamani munonga kandi nimpango ebyo kwenda byabo biri guruguru munonga kandi aba link suits barashango mu Rwembo rwa Mbarara omuri Katete waruga parking ya boda ya St Mary's. Ori kwenda ku booking orabasa kurabera namba ze smage 0 kaga na mwenda kandi orabasa kugamba na director wa link suits ori kurabera namba ze smage 0 kaga nemwe 555 ogesero ne ya 0 ibiri kaga nemwe 555 twena katurukangira link suits kugira ngo tutunge obuhereza burungi.
Amanya gange nze Julius Dumba ndi mukulembeze mu Democratic Party, ndi mukulembeze mu kibiina kino okumala ebbanga eriwera. Sibeera nze bukyanga nzalibwa sivanga ko mu kibiina kya Democratic Party. Abakulembeze abeeyita abakulembeze abawamba obukulembeze bw'ekibiina kyaffe bazze ne bagamba mbufa abawaaba tetulina nsonga lwaki tuwaaba mbusimanya tetuli bammemba ba kibiina gwokera otya ku makya n'ogamba nti idifi byanyima tesi memba wa kibiina gwotalabangako mu kibiina kirala kamya kasozi nze kenyini kama kwogera ng'ate ndina mukulembeze mu kibiina kyo mu tundu lye Rubaga North wano mu Kampala babayizinza obusongasonga obw'ekisiro obutategerekeka bagamba mbusimanya ebbanga lyaggwako okubasavinga mbu walina kuba emyezi 3 simanya tulina ku contestinga ku nsonga zibaddewo mu myezi 3 kano nga tuyita mu pulida waffe tubagambye kano eno si event nti kwanjula nti Mao wategeka kwanjula kwo kano kwali kulonda okwali Mbarara kwali kutekeddwa kuba kulonda kubaako n'ebirala ebiva emabega ebikuleeta okutuuka ku kulonda okugeza engaba ya kaadi ez'ekibiina kw'osinzira okumanya nti ono memba waffe ajja kwenyigirira mu bululu obw'omunda mu kibiina tebazigaba bo bagabiranga abantu ba handpickinga ne bagamba nti ono katumuwa oli tetumuwa eno district nkayunga tebagiwa kaadi bw'ogenda empigi yonna tebagabayo ffe waffe abamu abazifuna twakozesa bukujjukujju kubanga tubamanyi baffere tudiringa n'abayaayi twekizosinze buli kimu bateekawo buteekateeka simanya mbu olina okuyita mu amendments nazo ez'ekiyaayi kyokka ne bazikolerako kubalondera obukulembeze kubateekerako biki nazo za kiyaayi kati abantu abafere bwe batyo okufuga ekibiina ekya Democratic Party ffe mwagala tubaleke bulesi twekizosinze buli kimu twabawandiikiranga bakulembeze b'ekibiina tebaawulira ne tugenda ku electoral commission ne tugiwandiikira nayo teyawulira katuli ku ddaala erizzeeko tuli mu kkooti ate ne mu kkooti bagamba togendayo simanya olina kusooka kugenda mu obinnyonnyole mu kibiina ate nga bo b'owaabira be babiwuliriza kati obwo muba mutuggyeko ddembe lyaffe lya buntu ery'obwebange tuwulira batandise n'okutiisatiisa abalamuzi mboli minisita wa justice tosobola musalako bwoti tukakasa kubanga ensonga ze tuliko za mateeka nti omulamuzi ajja kusala ng'asinziira ku mateeka ng'era bwe tubimugambye ng'era bwe biri we tunaddira ku Mande nga 8 nga nabana abeebuzaabuziza omukulu Nobert Mao ye yasooka okurisiivinga yeebuzaabuziza tewataddemu kuddamu kwe Siranda bamuwa ebbaluwa n'agigaana mujwalira looya bazannya pingu pongo obwo bonna obukodyo tubumanyi mubuzannye ebbanga mubuzannyide ku bangi ab'enjawulo naye ffe tugenda kubalemerako paka lwe munaava ku kibiina kyaffe ekibiina ky'abammemba ba Democratic Party si kyammwe mwe mwasalawo mwakolagana ne mwami Museveni mugende mubeere ne mwami Museveni munywerereyo mu bufumbo. I'm a DP member and I'm a DP. Today we've come to Mbarara at the High Court before the judge. We want, this is a step of reclaiming our party. This is a step of getting our party out of slavery that the leaders that are on the helm of the leadership of the party put Democratic Party. We are telling the courts, we are telling the judges that now is the time to free Democratic Party. We want Democratic Party to go back to its roots, to run on the principles of democracy, the rule of law. We want the leaders, the purported leaders, to follow the constitution of the party, to do things, the activities and all what not they are doing in line to the constitution of the party. They have been doing so many things from way back since the Guru Delegates Conference. They have been concocting amendments that they delivered to the Electoral Commission to be gazetted, that they are not the true reflection of what we passed. Me, I was in Guru, I contested as a youth leader. But when we saw the gazette, the amendments that we passed were not the ones that they put. Democratic Party is lacking leadership. Democratic Party does not have leaders. Rather, we have frauds, as we have been telling you. Now we want to deal with these frauds. This is a step that we want to strip them naked of all their wrongdoings, no matter the cost. Because they have been frustrating a lot of people, chasing them away out of the party, and they have been going. But we are saying we are not going anywhere. We are staying in Democratic Party. We want to rectify all the things that they have been doing, all the wrongs that they are doing. First of all, we want to deal with the leadership. We want to chase them away. They are making decisions on behalf of the party that the members did not send them to do. They put us into the cooperation agreement. And this is one thing that is tainting the image of the party. We are in Mbarara, and they have been raising serious things in court that we are not members of the party. You've heard the Honorable Winnie Byanyima, the Honorable Edith Byanyima. Over 40 years, she's a member of the party. You've not seen her anywhere. The Honorable Kamyaka is here. Myself. They are saying we are not members.
High Court ine ebyokukola bingi omusango guno egenda gugoba kubanga Democratic Party erina obukulembeze bwayo butambula bulungi. Tosobola kujja wano nti obukyalenjinga ng'ensi yonna eraba. So nja kukola appeal eri ku Madam Edith Byanyima ne Kamya Kasozi ne Dumba bakole apology mu kibiina. Ate bwe banaati bagikoze tugenda kubatwala mu disciplinary committee okubeera nga tubatereeza obutaddamu kwemoolera mu Democratic Party okutuusa ebbanga lyonna. N'olwekyo singa Democratic Party lawyer waffe asabye nti guno omusango tiguliimu nsa, guno omusango gwa butaliimu, babeere nga bagugoba. Era tulowooza nti kooti ennaku z'omwezi nga 8 ekisango kino bajja kukigoba kubanga tukirina mutwe na magulu.